Okay. Okay, control measures. So corrosion inhibitors are the sodium silicate and sodium hexametaphosphate or the tetrasodium pyrophosphate. Okay, and objective of this is to create the thin film from inside, which will prevent the corrosion. And if there is the corrosion due to bacteria, we need to go for the disinfection of the water. Then here the sentence is mentioned here, the maintenance of corrosion. Let me take a note. Maintaining an adequate chlorine residual in water, which will prevent the corrosion. What is this residual chlorine concept? I explained in the earlier, that is during the disinfection process, breakdown. What is that? Breakpoint chlorination. So I have shown to you this kind of chart. Okay. So when applied, this is the applied chlorine. I can say this is a applied chlorine and this is a residual chlorine. Okay. A residual chlorine in the sense here we are going to apply the chlorine and equally it should show the residual chlorine. एक second. If it is the pure water, it will show this kind of graph of applied chlorine against the residual chlorine in water. But when there is a bacteria are present, at that time, the consumption of residual chlorine, applied chlorine is like this, and slowly it is going to be increased, and one step will come. So where the consumption of residual consumption of chlorine against disinfection will get over, but at the same time, the requirement of chlorine towards the oxidation of iron and manganese starts, and suddenly this chlorine residual chlorine graph drops down. Again it reaches to one such a point from where again it starts showing increasing the amount of chlorine, residual chlorine into the water, and that point is known as the breakpoint chlorine. Here the amount of residual chlorine is the highest level, and then whatever the chlorine is showing here, whatever the chlorine we are applying, that is remaining as it is residual chlorine, because at this stage the water is getting pure, and hence the residual chlorine, this will be the residual chlorine, and at least 0.2 ppm dose should be present into water after the proper treatment and disinfection of water in a treatment process. Why this 0.2 ppm quantity should be remain in a water? To avoid the recontamination of water during the transportation of water in a pipe. Are you getting? During the transportation of water in a pipe, and hence this residual, this process, this amount is known as the residual chlorine. आणि मग जर तशा प्रकारचा रेसिड्युअल क्लोरीन पाईप मध्ये अवेलेबल असेल आणि जरी त्याचं मागचं कंटामिनेशन तिथं झालेलं असेल तर दॅट रेसिड्युअल क्लोरीन विल किल दॅट बॅक्टेरिया and will not allow to have the corrosion of water due to that particular bacteria. Okay, so that's why this is also important step to keep present the residual chlorine amount into the water. Okay, are you getting? So this is the about the control measures. Alternatively, what else we can go to control the measures, control the corrosion of pipe? So these two steps we saw. What is the first step? In first step, we need to add the corrosion inhibitors. What are the corrosion inhibitors? Sodium silicate, sodium hexametaphosphate, and tetrasodium pyrophosphate. These are the corrosion inhibitors. Second step, what we can do? We can kill the bacteria before entering the water into the pipeline, or if it is remaining in the water, we should keep provision to make available the residual chlorine. And the third step, third alternative way we can go for, pipes may be lined with Portland cement or bituminous or the asphaltic compounds to prevent the water from reaching the metals, serving the same purpose. Are you getting? From the inner side, it can be lined with Portland cement or bituminous or the asphaltic compounds. And not like this, the pipes are getting corroded only from the inside. There is possibility to get corroded from the outside, but that possibility is less possibility. It depends upon the type of soil, what is the location, whether that soil is getting wetted randomly, these factors. So accordingly, we need to take care. But normally, it will be in a dry region. But from the inside, the continuous water is flowing into pipe. So what happens? Because of that, it will be getting corroded. Are you getting? So to prevent that corrosion, we can go for the line of Portland cement or the bituminous or the asphaltic compounds, which will help us to prevent the contact between the metal and water. Are you getting? It will help us to avoid the contact between the metal and water, and hence we need to go for such kinds of linings. Got this point? So this is the corrective actions we can take to avoid the corrosion. Okay, we saw what is corrosion, we saw what are the ill effects of the corrosion, and then we saw how we can control the corrosion. These 3 points we have studied about the corrosion of the pipes. Is there any problem, point, issue, question want to ask about this point? If not, the second part of this chapter I'm going to start, that is the main.
No, ma'am.
Yes, please. Yes, someone talking? Someone was talking, please repeat. I was talking and hence I have not listened.
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, shall we start the next point? Maintenance of water distribution system. So please write down heading in your notebook that maintenance of distribution system. Maintenance of water distribution system. Please write down. what is mean by maintenance? Okay. The term maintenance is defined as the art of keeping the plant, equipment, structure, process, or system and other related facilities in optimum working order. Maintenance चा काय अर्थ की छोट्या छोट्या गोष्टींना सुद्धा मेंटेनन्स लागतो. We are running the gas, we are using the gas. Okay, gas in the sense gas stove, I'm saying. Okay, for cooking the food. But for that gas stove also we need to go for the multiple times maintenance, regularly maintenance. Otherwise, it will not work effectively as it was working when it was new. And that is nothing but the maintenance. The term maintenance is defined as the art of keeping the plant, equipment, structure, and other related facilities in optimum order, working order. Okay. Then what maintenance includes? There are two types of maintenance. One is the preventive maintenance and another is the corrective maintenance. Preventive maintenance means what? The maintenance which we are scheduled maintenance means which we are taking care before getting means vaccination. We are doing the getting done the vaccination currently. What is this? Preventive care. म्हणजे एखादी गोष्ट घडण्याच्या अगोदर घेतलेली care, that is the preventive care. So likewise, if we are taking care in respect of such a systems, that is called the preventive maintenance. And if something goes wrong and then we are taking care is known as the corrective maintenance. That is the preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance. Please write down. There are two methods for the maintenance. First is the preventive maintenance and the second one is the corrective maintenance. Let us see what is the preventive maintenance, as I already explained up. But through this, you can note down preventive maintenance. It's a systematic inspection, detection, correction, and prevention of incipient failures before they become actual or major failures. In any of the factory, in any of the system, there are the corrective maintenance. म्हणजे की बाबा preventive maintenance. Before the problem occurs, whatever the possible activities we can do, that can be considered as the preventive maintenance. It is the systematic inspection. So preventive maintenance are usually scheduled maintenance. Daily maintenance, what is the daily maintenance required? What is the weekly maintenance required, monthly maintenance required, yearly maintenance required? These are the scheduled one. And if we do this systematically, there is less chance to go for the corrective maintenance. म्हणजे अगोदरच व्यवस्थित काळजी घेतली तर it will increase the life of particular system. And to increase the particular life of particular system, we need to go for the preventive maintenance. So you are requested to note down what is meant by the preventive maintenance. Okay. Now, what is the corrective maintenance? In a corrective maintenance, activities undertaken to detect, isolate, and rectify a fault so that the failed equipment, machine, or system can be restored to its normal operable state. We see many of the times लिकेज झालेलं असतं, पाणी यायला सुरुवात झालेलं असते एखाद्या पाईपलाईन मधून, कुठून तर तिथून पाईपलाईन गेलेली असते की आणि रस्त्याभर पाणी पसरत असतं आणि मग ती त्यांची टीम येते आणि ते पाण्याचा मेन स्पॉट कुठे त्याचं आयडेंटिफिकेशन करते आणि मग तिथे एक्सकॅव्हेशन करायला सुरुवात करते, तरी पण ते पॉसिबली ते एक्झॅक्ट तो स्पॉट असं डिटेक्ट होत नाही. ओके, सो व्हॉट वी डू, एक्सक्यूज मी, sorry guys, so we were talking about the corrective maintenance. So I was giving you an example of leakage. When we found a leakage, पाणी रस्त्यावर जात असते आणि कुणीतरी येताना सांगतो आणि मग ते तिथली त्यांची टीम येते आणि ते फाइंड करतात आणि बऱ्याचदा काय होतं की त्याचं लिकेज एका वेगळ्या स्पॉटला झालेलं असतं आणि त्याचं पाणी बाहेर येतं वेगळ्या स्पॉटवरून आणि ते एक्झॅक्ट सापडलं गेलं नाही तर तितकं मोठं एक्सकॅव्हेशन करावं लागतं. सो दॅट्स अ very tedious job to find the exact location of leakage and then go for the corrective action. Okay, so that way it is creating wasting a lot of time in this process and lot of money in this process. So to always better to go for the preventive maintenance, and if wherever required there we need to go for the corrective maintenance. Are you getting? So I hope you might have noted down what is meant by the corrective maintenance, as I have given 1 minute time break in that. I hope you have noted down. Now, what are the minimum requirements for good operation and maintenance? Okay, so minimum requirements. So first, preparation of a plan for operation and maintenance. Our schedule must be ready. की रोज काय करायचे, आठवड्याला काय करायचे, 2 दिवसांनी काय करायचे, महिन्याला काय करायचे, that plan must be ready. Okay, the preparation of plan for operation and maintenance is first step. Then second, providing required person to operate and maintain. If there is no sufficient PHR, then in that case there will be a time consumption to control, to go for the corrective action as well as preventive action. And if we are not taking preventive action, there will be multiple corrective actions may need to take. Okay, so the availability of person is equally important in that case. Providing capacity building programs for or operation and maintenance person. Capacity building programs in the sense तिथं रोज नवीन प्रत्येक फील्ड मध्ये आपण बघतो की we as a teacher also attending multiple online faculty development programs, staff development programs. Why this we are going to do? Because for getting the advanced and updated knowledge in this area, we need to go for this. So that is nothing but the capacity building programs. So such capacity building programs are also required to give for the operation and maintenance person also, or otherwise they will be keep on applying the same procedure since ancient time, whatever they are using. So it should not happen. So as time passes, may easy and effective operation and maintenance facilities are coming, and that should be known to the this person, so they can apply to control the effects. Then availability of spares and tools for ensuring maintenance. The spares and tools व्यवस्थित available नसतील तर it is quite difficult to go for that particular maintenance. बरोबर आहे. Required accessories नसतील. The bicycle is punctured and you may be thinking I need to go for the म्हणजे हवा भरली पाहिजे त्याच्यामध्ये. So for that purpose you need to have some equipments, tools. तो पंप पाहिजे. Otherwise how you can go for that? Otherwise you need to find out someone who have the pump. So it should the sufficient amount of space and tools required for the maintenance must be available with that particular system. Okay, so these are the minimum requirements for good operation and maintenance. Please note down in short, a little fast, please. There was network issue and hence it was lost, but now it is connected, please. And if you have done, let me know. Have you completed?
Yes, ma'am, completed.
Okay, thank you. So preparation of GIS based maps of the system. म्हणजे तुम्हाला कुठून कुठून कशा पाईप गेलेले याचा GIS बेस्ड पाईप मॅप माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. अदरवाईज मी मगाशी सांगितलेल्या एक्झाम्पल प्रमाणे की त्याचा पाण्याचा लिकेज तुम्हाला सरफेस वरती वेगळ्या स्पॉटनी दिसतं पण ऍक्च्युअल वेगळं असतं. म्हणजे जमिनीवर येताना पाणी वेगळ्या स्पॉटनी येतं. इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द टाइप ऑफ सॉइल अँड व्हॉट काइंड ऑफ क्रॅक्स अँड पोर्स अवेलेबल इन टू दॅट पर्टिक्युलर लँड. ओके, तर त्याच्यासाठी आपण त्या स्पॉटवर न जाता कसं केलं पाहिजे की त्या ऍक्च्युअल पाईपलाईन कुठून आहे हे माहित असलं पाहिजे. अँड दॅट्स वाय देर इज रिक्वायर्ड टू हॅव द प्रिपरेशन ऑफ GIS बेस्ड maps of this particular system. Preparation of water audit and leakage control plan. Preparation of water audit. What is meant by leakage water audit? Water audit in the sense randomly it should be done. Maybe weekly or maybe monthly water audit needs to be done. What is meant by water audit? I will tell you. Suppose this is the particular system or the water distribution spot, or we can say treatment plant or the ESR. It may be ESR. From these two multiple area, you may be providing water through various types of networks. So we need to count the discharge. What is the discharge at this point? Q, I can say. And what is the total discharge of these points, or some of the specific points you can note down and you can find out the discharge. Suppose you may be thinking how to go for finding out this much discharges. You one thumb rule you can apply, that randomly you can select this spot, you can select this spot, you can select, and this spot you can select. So suppose in this week on 1st of the August, you have done the water audit. How you can go for the water audit? What is the discharge Q at this inlet point, at the start point? And what is the discharge at these various spots? Okay, suppose this is the X, this is the X1, and this is the X2. Then in the next 15 days or next month, when you are going to find out the discharge at the same spot, at that time it should be same. It should be same. And if it is not showing the discharge is same, in that case, you should remember that there are the leakages. And then you can go for finding out the, means this is known as the water audit. So such a specific spots you can select to check the randomly or to go for the water audit randomly. Okay, are you getting? Then water audit and leakage control plan. Okay, leakage control plan must be ready by checking the leakage spots. How to check the leakages, that we are going to study further in this chapter itself. Action plan for energy audit for saving on energy. Then establishing a sound financial management system. It should be a sound financial management. आता leakage झालंय, problem झालंय, एखादी pipe rusting झालेली आहे, breakdown झालेले आहे, and you don't have the sufficient finance. In that case, you may go to apply your boss, and then they will go for the hierarchy, and this way getting approval may take 1 week. And during this entire week, there will be a leakages. So there will be a loss of water, loss of energy, first thing. And second thing, the people will not get the sufficient amount of water, whatever they want. So it should be a readily available sound financial management system. Then only it will be work effective. Okay, so these are the additional points for the good distribution of criteria for the good distribution of water system. Okay, so please note down these points also, and then we'll move forward. Completed, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Next point we are going to start, and that is the leak detection. आता इथलं मागच्या ह्याच्यामध्ये बघितलं आपण energy, water audit and leakage control plan should be ready. Okay, to avoid the loss of water, loss of energy, loss of money, loss of time. And then only it will be the good water distribution system. So what is that leakage? Everywhere, anytime, any kind of water is available. Okay, आता मी तुम्हाला एक प्रश्न विचारते. एक स्मॉल लिकेज आहे ज्याच्याशी बारीक चिंगारी उठते आणि एक खूप मोठा आहे की ज्याच्यातून पाण्याचा उबाळा येतोय. तर which leakage will loss the more amount of water? आपण फॅक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग ऑन दी डिमांड ऑफ वॉटर मध्ये लॉसेस थ्रू लिकेजेस हा एक फॅक्टर कन्सिडर करतो, किंवा क्वांटिटी काढायची असेल तर लॉसेस म्हणून कन्सिडर केला जातो. There is a possibility, high possibility to have the leakages in the water distribution system. तर मी आता एक्झाम्पल दिलंय की तुम्हाला एक छोटस बारीक लिकेज आहे ज्याच्यातून खूप स्लोली पाणी लीक होते. Another example I am giving you through which huge amount of water is leaking out. So which leakage is going to lose more amount of water? My question, understood? I hope you understood. You will answer.
मॅम जिथून पाणी थोडं थोडं गळतंय तिथं कमी लिकेज होणार ना.
हा, परत रिपीट प्लीज. रिपीट करा प्लीज. हा स्नेहल. हा स्नेहल बोलत होते ना. स्नेहल पाटील,
जिथं कमी पाणी बाहेर पडतंय तिथं कमी लिकेज होणार ना,
कमी लॉस होणार असं म्हणायचं तुम्हाला. आणि जिथं मोठा लिकेज आहे तिथं जास्त लॉस होणार, लॉस ऑफ
डॅमेज.
आणखी कोणाचं काय मत आहे का याच्यावरती? इज देयर एनी अनदर ओपिनियन ऑन दिस पॉइंट? Any another opinion? Okay, all the remaining students don't have any kind of opinion. Okay, I will tell you, whenever there are these small leakages, our system is not that much competent to find such kinds of leakages. Such kinds of leakages years together remain as it is leakages, and hence the loss of water will be more in the small leakages. Where bigger one leakages they found, they will start taking immediate action as compared to the small leakage. So immediately stoppage of loss will start acting on that, and hence the loss of water at that place is less as compared to the smaller one leakage. Okay, so that is the primary. Leak detection can be used to find the leaks in plumbing system, water lines and pipes, as well as swimming pools and gas lines. Detecting leaks quickly and efficiently requires professionals and the right equipments. Without equipment possible nahi. आपली नॅचरल सिस्टीम काय आहे की अरे रे इथं पाणी येतं दिसतंय, अरे इथं लिकेज दिसतंय, मग चला आपण लिकेज काढायला सुरुवात करूया. मग लिकेज तिथं काढायला सुरुवात केलं की मी सांगितल्याप्रमाणे की इथं लिकेज दिसतंय आणि म्हणून इथंच एक्सकॅव्हेशन सुरू केलं की इथंच पाईप असेल, पण ऍक्च्युअली पाईप कुठं असतो तर इथं असतो, आणि त्या पाण्याचा उबाळा काय होतो की त्या जमिनीतून असा स्पोर्ट्स करत तो इथं निघालेला असतो. मग यांच्याकडे जर प्रॉपर प्लॅन नसेल आणि प्रॉपर इक्विपमेंट्स नसतील तर they will waste their time to excavate this portion, and then they will came to know there is no pipeline. Okay, so that is wastage of time, wastage of money, energy, everything. But if they have the proper equipments, proper plan, means जर GPS plan त्यांचा ready असेल की कुठून कुठली पाईप गेलेली आहे, that should be ready. And another thing, they should have the right equipments. Along with that right equipments, there should be the proper